Om Vang me manasi pratishthitam mano me vachi pratishthitam aviravirma edhi vedasyama ani sthaha shrutam me ma prahasihi anena dhitena horatran Samdadhami Ritam Vadishyami Satyam Vadishyami Tanmamavatu Tadvaktaramavatu Avatu Mam Avatu Vaktaram Avatu Vaktaram Om Shanti Shanti, Shanti. So we looked into this profound hymn of the Rig Veda, number 1, and why it is first, what it means, and we went through first 2 verses. So the first 2 verses were Agnimile Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Ritvijam Hotaram Ratnadhatamam. I seek the divine flame with adoration, the one put in front of our journey, the God of our transformation sacrifice, Ritvijam, the one who knows the procedure in time, how to transform our being, what is first, what is next in time. Hotaram, the one who invokes all the higher powers of consciousness, Ratnadhatamam, and who bestows the greatest treasures or realizations. So this is one line, you can imagine. Everything is said in one line already. There is no need to read more. No. But it goes on. Agnifpurvebhih rishibhih iriyo nutanayruta sadevan eha vakshati. Agni is to be adored or to be sought with adoration by the first rishis and by the modern ones. He should bring here the gods. Now, this we also examined because it's quite interesting that he should be sought with adorations by the modern rishis and the previous, the first rishis, as if they are also present still here. And Aurobindo says that these rishis are still present, Angirasa rishis. Yeah? They are still in the subtle world present, and the moment we choose to aspire and to make an offering to our inner flame, they are there for us to assist us in our journey, to help us to overcome the obstacles. So these are great powers which are always there, our ancestors, as it were, in their own realm. They are looking down on us and ready to engage and to help us any moment we need them. Because they already overcame those obstacles in their journey. They know how to do it, so they can assist us very efficiently. And then the third verse, and from here we start this session today. Agnina Raimashnavat Posham Eva Dive Dive Yashasam Viravattamam. I'm deconstructing the Udatta in the text. Agnina Raimashnavat Posham Eva Dive Dive Yashasam Viravattamam. By the flame one enjoys a treasure that verily increases day by day, glorious, most full of hero power. Interesting, the treasures, glorious and most full of hero power treasure. Kind of what kind of treasure full of hero power. So this is the language of the Vedic rishis, which they don't bother. They don't care that mind would, disagree or something, because in their experience, it's exactly that. That treasure is a living fulfillment of our being. And that living fulfillment is full of this heroic strength. Heroic means courageous, full of courage, full of power of fulfillment. It is not afraid of anything. It can face everything. And so it has no obstacles. Cannot be stumbling on the way or running away or shrinking. So my interpretation, it is by the guidance of the divine will, so Agnina, with the guidance or by the guidance, that one should find and enjoy the luminous treasures. This is an important thing, that we must enjoy the treasures, the fulfillment in life, with the help of our aspiration, and not with the help of other means and forces. So to say, we have to fulfill our purpose and meaning in life through this divine flame in us. One should enjoy and realize, because root ash has two meanings. Ashnute and ashnati in two classes is to enjoy, to taste, to eat even, and to realize. And somehow these two meanings are very closely related in the fundamental kind of approach to meaning, because enjoyment is also, or eating, consuming, or identifying, becoming one with the object, yes, is also realizing. Yeah. So when you see why this world is made in such a way that everything eats everything, is actually this oneness who wants to be realized. That's why everything consumes everything. Everything appropriates everything to make it one's own kind of achievement, one's own growth in a way. And this is the realization in a way. This is the extension of consciousness in some way. Of course, it is viewed in the divided world as something different. We usually don't like. I always ask myself this question: why it is so badly organized that you have to eat someone and someone has to eat you? Yes, that the world is eating all the time, non-stop. But this is the oneness and realization of the world in the divided space and time. Yeah. This is the way how it was achieved or was arranged, that oneness. And it is only with the flame of aspiration that has to be realized. Etymologically, these words, Ratna, Rai, Radhas, these words which are used for can be translated as treasure, or they all indicate something of luminous and shining, and have this idea of Ra, this Ri, yes, rhythm and radiation, yes, kind of luminosity of. And that is the symbolic meaning of realization in the matter. So all these treasures or gold or diamonds and precious stones, they are the symbols or symbolic representations of transformed matter by the spirit, where spirit is shining through. And these symbols were used to indicate the realization in the physical substance, change of the being. Yeah. If you want to ask something or say something, you just interrupt, because I don't see you. So maybe you raise the hand or something you want to say. I'm very happy to have interruptions, as you know me already. So anytime. It's always helpful because I want to know where you are in all this. Yeah, not only me, I can be carried away. Here there are a few footnotes which are important in regard with Viravattama. Sri Aurobindo explains the symbolism of the heroes and children in the Rig Veda. The sons or children are the new soul formations which constitute the divine personality, the new births within us. The heroes are the mental and moral energies which resist the assaults of ignorance, division, evil, and falsehood. So these children of our works, even sometimes he says, so children of our works, of our activities of consciousness, we acquire new soul formations, new faculties, which become very efficient in resistance of darkness and falsehood. Okay, we can go to number 4. Agne yam yajnamadavaram vishvatav paribhurasi said deveshu gacchati, O flame, O pilgrim sacrifice, on every side of which thou art, with the environing being, that truly goes among the gods. Agni, O Agni, Yam Yajnam, that transformation, that mutation, that change of the being, pilgrim change, that constant change on the path, Vishvatach, from all the sides, Paribhuhasi, what you embrace from all the sides, Sa'id, that indeed, Deveshu Gacchati, moves among the gods, or goes to the gods. So any offering which is made to the divine beings, or to the divine higher powers of consciousness, Deveshu Gacchati, is to be offered totally, fully. So Agni has to take it from all sides. There should be no gap which would have some kind of entry for other forces to this offering. Once it is offered totally and fully, that indeed goes to the gods. There is no way that it could not go to the gods. So we have to fully offer it into our flame, into the flame of our aspiration. Surrender has to be total. Offering has to be absolute, absolutely sincere in a way. Why he has this pilgrim sacrifice? It's the idea of the Veda that all our evolution and change is like a pilgrim, yeah? It's like a journey. It's a path which we have to walk on. It's a constantly ongoing journey, never stopping. Sri Aurobindo speaks about man as ever advancing pilgrim. Yeah, Yajamana is the ever moving forward pilgrim, never satisfied with what he achieved, always moving forward, because that flame in him would not allow him to stop, even if he wants to. He will be pushed by that flame to move forward. And then Agnirhotaka Vikratuh Satyah Chitrashravastamah Devo Devebhir Agamat. The flame, the summoner, the seer will, true, and most full of richly varied listenings. May he come, a god with the gods. The flame of the divine will initiates all the changes here. For he is the summoner of the gods, whose willpower is that of a seer poet, true to his call and capable of comprehending deeper meaning of all. O luminous God, come here together with the gods. This is my interpretation. Something I must say. You see, we came to verse number 5. And now I have to show you something interesting. If you look at the hymn altogether, you will see that the first 5 verses start with Agni, all of them. Yeah? Agnim, Agnich, Agnina, Agne, Agnich. So 5. And then 4 next, don't start with this word. Yad Angadashushe Upatvagne Rajantam Sanaf Piteva. Yeah? So these 4 do not they have another movement within the hymn. This I noticed many years back, and I just examined the meaning, the flow of meaning through verse to verse, wanting to understand why the first 5 are there in this, starting with Agni, and the last 4 do not have Agni at the beginning. You understand the dilemma, yeah? So in this structure there is some meaning, and that meaning has to be found by us. Yeah? So it's not only meaning of each verse, but also meaning within the hymn, which is kind of hidden there and not totally obvious. So what I discovered, and that was a big revelation for me, that there is a movement of Agni. Yeah? First, Agni is mentioned in these 5 major characters. So we seek the divine will, the flame, who is in front, who is the transformer, the God of our transformation, who knows how to do it in time, 3, who invokes all the powers of the gods, and who is bestowing the greatest wealth. So what I started to look at, I thought, okay, we have 5 definitions of Agni, we have 5 Agni verses, and then I noticed the meaning. For example, he should be sought with adoration by the first and the modern rishis first. Then he should bring here the gods. And then I started to think, where here? And here is here, where we are on earth, in the physical frame. He should bring here the gods. Not we should go there to the gods and disappear somewhere in heaven, but he, from here, where he is and we are, should go there and bring from there here the gods. So the whole journey is already in this particular kind of presumption. He should bring here the gods means that we are here on earth. He is here on earth. He should go and bring. And now look at his journey. It's quite interesting. 5 of these verses. Agni narayam ashnavatu. It is by Agni that one should enjoy and realize the wealth. Posham eva, and the growth here, and the wealth and growth of our consciousness, dive, day by day, yashasam viravattamam, full of glory and power. So by Agni, it is with the help of Agni alone. So we are moving from earth to Agni. Agni is the essence of earth. It is the next stage. So if earth is the holder, then the subtle energy within earth, which is flaming out of it, is Agni. It's by Agni that we have to achieve it. We moved to Agni realm. Then Agneyam Yajnamadvaram Vishvatav Paribhurasi, that transformation or Agni which you take from all sides, that indeed will go to gods. So how to take it from all sides? It's on the level of Vayu, in the air. We move from Agni to Vayu, to Antariksha, where he can embrace it from all sides, and that will indeed go to the gods. It's not yet in heaven, but it's on the way to heaven. And then Agnih hota kavikratuch satyashchitrashravastamach devo devebhiragamat. Agni, the summoner, the seer will, the power, the one who has the power of the seer will, Satyah, true one. Now he is true. Chitra Shravastamach. I will speak on this word a little more. It is the one who possesses the greatest inspirational and direct knowledge. Chitra is the luminous, Shravas is the hearing or inspiration. We can translate this like seeing and hearing, or luminous or apprehensive and comprehensive cognition. The one who has a fullness of apprehensive and comprehensive cognition, we can translate. Deva, the God with the gods should come. Now he is the God with the gods. He reached the level of the sun, Surya. He is now the essence of heaven. So, and being in that level of the essence of heaven, he is the God, and together with all the gods, he should come down. Agamat. So this is his journey up, and that's why it starts with Agni, 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 from level to level. I took this framework from Chandogya Upanishad and other Upanishads, where it is described that the essence of earth is Agni, the essence of heaven is Surya, and the essence of Antariksha is Vayu. So these are three fires, Agni, Vayu, and Surya, and they have to be united in the sacrifice. So here you can clearly see that he is moving from level to heaven. Now here he is on the top of, in Surya's form. He is the true one, possessing the full knowledge. He is the God, and together with gods, with all the powers of Surya, should come down. And now we will see him coming down. Now we move to heaven level. Heaven level will be Yadangadashu Shetuvam Agne Bhadram Karishyasi Tavetat Satyamangiras. So this is the heaven, the higher firmament of our existence. That what you want to give good to the one who surrenders oneself to you, that is your truth, O Angiras. That is your truth, what you want to give. Now the situation is changing. We are in position of receiver. That what you want to give to us, giving ourselves to you, is your truth, and we accept it as it is. We don't want our truth. We want your truth for us, as Mother says. Give what you wanted. Make, how she says, let me know what you want me to know. Let me do what you want me to do. Let me be what you want me to be. So this is something kind of total relying on the gift what the heaven has to give. So that is your truth, O Angiras, whatever you want to give to the one who surrenders to you. And then we move down. Upatvagne dive doshavastardhiyavayam namo bharanta emasi. We come to the Surya level. It is around you or towards you day by day, all one who illumines the night. Dhiyavayam, by our higher mind. Namo bharanta emasi. We come with surrender. So we are receiving here, and we come with total surrender to you who illumines the night. I will go through these more thoroughly, but just want to give you the view. So to you who illumines the night, we come day by day, bringing our surrender. Rajantam Advaranam, we're coming to the Vayu level, shining at our pilgrim sacrifices. You remember Advaram was mentioned here before, when you take our journey from all sides, and here when you shining at our journey sacrifices, you, the protector of the dynamic truth, Vayu, Didiving, luminous, Vardhamanam Suedame, growing in one's own home. It is in this antariksha on the Vayu level where the sacrifice is being realized, the connection between heaven and earth. He grows in his own home. Now this is the descent of Agni down. And then we come to the level of Agni. And this is the last verse. He, or that one, as the father to the son, or Agni, be easily available to us. Sachasvana swastaye, lead us to the felicity. Now, I'm just examining the meaning of the words, the structure of the ascent and descent of Agni. From here, in this way, he brings the gods down here. He came down with all his truth, which he wants to give, that bliss which he wants to create for the person who surrenders to Dashu. Now I will go more with the words. If you have some questions, or please interrupt.
Hi Vladimir, can you talk about the levels? The five. Was it about the level? The five.
Yes. So we have the earth, we have Agni, we have Vayu, we have Surya, and we have heaven. And then we have movement down, Surya, Vayu, and Agni. And by the meaning of these verses, you can see that journey. At least I saw it always. So if I examine, I stopped here, Agnir Hotaka Vikratuh, Satyah. So this is on the level of the sun. He is the summoner. He is the Kavikratuh. This is the highest, what Aurobindo says, the seer will. He is true and most full of richly varied listenings. It's an interesting word, Chitra Shravastama. Chitra is usually translated as varied in light, richly luminous. But it is from root chi, chit, consciousness. Light and consciousness are going together, fully conscious of the seeing consciousness, and shravas of the meaningful hearing, inspirational knowledge. So these two, revelational and inspirational knowledge, full of them, are the most fulfilled by these two. Devach, the god with the god should come. So this is the final achievement or realization of Agni in the form of Surya, which he has to bring down to us. And number 6, we are moving from the heaven. This is the heaven. Yadanga Shushetuvam. This is no more flame. This is another firmament. That indeed, this is the turning point. Yadanga Shushetuvam, that of flame, the happy good which thou shalt create for the giver, is that truth, and verily thine, O Angiras. O divine will, my interpretation, whatever good you decide to do for the giver is indeed that truth of yours, O Angiras. That truth of Agni is deeper than the giver can really understand. The giver, by surrendering to Agni something from his life for the transformation, expects some results in accordance with his own understanding of good, with Agni's own understanding of good. So we do not know what is good for us. That's what I wanted to say. We really do not totally even. That's why Mother says better to ask only what the divine wants, not what we want. Because every time what we want may be tricky at the end, may lead us to the partial realization or away from realization. And so that truth is yours, O Agni, which you want, that bliss which you want to create for the giver of himself. That should be yours, not mine. I don't want my truth anymore. I want only yours. So, and this is the heavenly decision, so to say. And then Upatvagne, Upatva, around you, or closer to you, O Agni, Dive Dive, day by day, Doshavastar, you in the night and in the light, as should be translated. Day by day in the night and in the light, calm carrying by our thought the obeisance. The surrender. Day by after day, in a deep contemplation, we approach you, O flame of the divine will, and bring you, the illuminer of darkness, our surrender. And then Rajantamadhvaranam, shining, to thee who reignst over our pilgrim sacrifice, our journey, luminous guardian of the truth, increasing in thy own home, to you who is shining royally at the march of our pilgrimage, who is the protector of the light for us, who constantly illumines in us the truth and always grows in his own home. This is on the level of Antariksha. He is shining fully in his own home. This Antariksha, this space in between heaven and earth, is his home for him to shine. This pranic world of life force, it is totally illumined by the divine presence, and the whole life becomes the life divine. Sanaf piteva sunave gne supayano bhava agne supayano bhava sachasvana savastaye. Therefore be easy of access to us, as a father unto his son. Cling to us, to our happy state. Sri Aurobindo translates Sachasvas, cling to us for our happy state. So interesting. Cling to us for our happy state, not for yours. So he translates it literally. Interesting. It can be translated accompany us in the journey of our well-being, to our well-being. So I made a scheme here for us to see more clearly. This is all the explanation I have written down, so you can read it more kind of with peacefully, not in that very speedy way as I did. But here I made the whole table for this. And this is quite interesting. You can examine it, or Prithivi. Agniv Purvebhih Rishibhih Idio, sought with adoration by the first and the modern rishis. Sadevanaeha Vakshati, he should bring here the gods. Now this is the beginning of our journey and the end. Now notice I put it up, these arrows, and then down. So when we reach to heaven, the heaven level is Yadangada Shushetuam Agne Bahadram. What that truth, that bliss which you want to create for the person who surrendered to you, that is your truth. That truth has to come down. Yes, here. Bring the gods here. But that truth is yours. So now in between there is a rising and descending. So rising through Agni level, and this is Agni level. So by the Agni, you should realize or enjoy the wealth, the realization, and the growth day by day, the most glorious and the most powerful. This is on ascending level, the claim or the aspiration or the wish. It is by Agni that you should realize the wealth and not by other means. And on the descending part, be available easily to us as the Father to the Son. Lead us to the felicity. Here it's already realized. Here it is still a claim or aspiration. Both on Agni side. Then Vayu is quite interesting. I put even different colors to kind of correspond to. So here red, the green, the is purple. So on the Vayu level, Agni Yam Yajna Madhavaram, that pilgrim sacrifice which you take from all sides, that indeed will go to gods. And so take it from all sides, leave no gap, leave no egoistic claim, no egoistic need in this total offering. Take it from all sides, make it your own. Yes, our offering. So it's on the ascending scale, on the descending, Rajantam, shining and ruling, Advaranam, in our pilgrim sacrifices, already shining and ruling, Gopam Ritasya, to you, the protector of the dynamic truth. Didivim, luminous one, Vardhamanam Suedame, growing in one's own home. Yeah, this is the realization side of this claim or this aspiration, to take it from all sides, and here he is shining in all our pilgrimages. He is already ruler, he is the king. Here he's taking our offering, and he is already realizing himself through our offering. Then on the level of Surya also is very interesting to compare these two. Agnir Hotaka Vikratuh, the sea whale, the Hotar, the true, with luminous revelations, the God should come here with the gods. And on the descending scale, you, O Agni, day by day, who illumines the night, we approach bringing by the thought our surrender. So there is a change of the attitude. If we reached to the top, here we already bring our surrender to you. We are already receivers. Yeah? You are coming to us. There we are reaching still that we are there, but here we are already receivers of his descent. Yeah. So this is what I wanted to show you, that you could see how.
But these levels don't exist within the body also, or it's at another consciousness level and we reach. I mean, is there some sort of hierarchy that first Prithvi and then Agni?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. There is a hierarchy. There is physical, then there is subtle physical, then there is vital, there is mental, yeah, and there is beyond, the holding of the mental, and the coming down to the physical. So this is the way of interpreting the hymn, which I'm kind of offering you to help you to deal with all this material within another language of the whole process of ascent and descent. I took it from Sri Aurobindo, this vision of ascent and descent. It's kind of important because this is how everything is being done. Yeah? It is how the aspiration is answered, the call is answered. So it's not just the call from here and then by some mysterious, some disconnection the grace is answering. No, it has all the links. This call goes through all the levels, yeah? And it touches the heaven, and then the grace comes. And if it doesn't come to the heaven, if, for example, on the level of Vayu, it didn't take fully our offering, and there are gaps and there are claims, egoistic and or mental formations which are not totally sincere, then it will never come to heaven, and there will be no response from heaven.
So sorry, Vladimir, one more doubt. So between the calling and base ascending, there are these layers, Prithvi, Agni, Vayu, and these
Of
links.
course, well, you imagine that Prithvi is down, heaven is up, and in between there is space. No? This is the hierarchy, which is taken from nature and which is actually used as symbols for this spiritual achievement and realization. Okay, do you have some other?
I wanted to ask, how can we find, for example, on the level of human being, on the level of aspirations, can we classify somehow where Agni is in us? I don't know how to ask.
Agni, yes, we spoke about this in the previous. This Agni is the flame within the nature, which is everywhere. Yes, it's in the plants, it's in the human beings, in the animals, in the stars. It's everywhere, which is pushing all the nature forward, yeah? Which is constantly transforming and changing, making it better and better, makes evolution possible, evolution of species, evolution of the physical frame, of physical body. And at the same time, Agni, when it rises higher in evolutionary scale, he comes and is realized in the heart. And this another flame in the heart and flame within the nature is two Agnis, which are one and the same Agni. So this flame in the heart is realized as aspiration of our psychic being. Yes? That flame within us, which Mother says as psychic being, is this Agni, but already arranged around the spark of individual consciousness and becomes more and more individualized, as it were, works as individual supreme. Whereas in nature it is everywhere, the heat, the fire, the flame, it's all over. It's a universal Godhead. In the Vedas it is more universal, less individualized psychic flame. Yeah?
So it's in the evolution of nature and evolution of spirit also.
Yes.
So he's in a both. He's a vehicle of progress.
Yes.
Actually, it's an energy, we could say, yeah.
Yeah.
Because it can be actually. It looks very much like a human being if you look Prithvi, Agni, Vayu, Surya, Hidyau, because we are the symbol of universe the same way. And I think Ayurveda is using very much this schematic kind of thing for healing particular part of the being, balancing Agni on different levels of the being. If Agni is balanced or fed somewhere, cultivated, so that part of the body is healed. I'm just looking because I see a lot of analogy in nature also, and also in aspiration and the spiritual growth.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
So I would like kind of both to figure out how it works in me, for example. But it's very rich, we have to stay on every basically phrase for a long time, dwell on it, because it's experience, it's straight experience of riches and the connection to the divine, and it's so rich. It's not possible to reflect immediately. One has to dwell on it quite for some time.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you for your observations. Lovely.
So Vladimir, the psychic, when it the aspiration of it to take over us and come through us is also happening through Agni, right?
Agni is the driver, yes, of all our evolution, yes. So,
and the opposite way also, like our aspiration to reach out to the psychic and to rise above.
well, above is the word, yes, means to find the truth, yes. Above is the kind of the symbolic speaking, because we see the sun above, so to say. The heaven is above and the earth is below. So we use these symbols to really to indicate that transformation and change in our consciousness. Truly speaking, yeah, this works. It works. We rise and we ascend and it descends. Yes, we call and it answers. It works. It really explains, and we can feel it tangibly because we are built in this particular formation. That there is gravitational pull down, and then there is a heaven up, and the flame is always upward. So all these symbols work very perfectly for us. But we should understand that these are symbols of transformation.
Does Agni have, does it relate to force and movement and action?
Oh, yes, everything acts and moves forward, constantly forward. He is Purohita by this force. Yeah. Why everything moves forward? This is a weird thing. Why do we want always to go ahead somewhere? It's because of Agni in us burning. It's burning all the time. And not only in the heart. We are not seeking only the fulfillment of the highest kind, but in every way. On every level.
But also, there is a feeling like you have to always bring the food to the Agni to make him grow and to make grow in us. So we have to cultivate him by giving him some sacrificial food. Then he takes it and burns it, and then we will receive something in return. Isn't it like that?
Yeah.
We do sacrifice all the time. Then he grows. So what do we bring on the level of
everything, whatever.
of our heart?
Well, in this case, we offer whatever offering. Offering is the key. Yeah, offering is the connection to the fire. So I want the improvement in this field, in that field. I want improvement in whatever field, in whatever action, endeavor, in whatever. So every improvement is offering to the fire the offering of what we want to improve. Yes. So he takes this, what is offered, and changes it into the divine prototype, so to say. We find the divine quality in it, the divine consciousness in it. So when we make an effort to whatever mastery of, for example, piano or violin, you spend years of playing violin to come to that level, and then you have that pure enjoyment of music, yes, where you are part of that creation. This is your achievement, which was achieved by constant offering to the fire. Your days and nights and thinking, and your body, your discipline, your time. Time is the most precious thing which you give to Agni, and he grows over time and fulfills in you his qualities, his divine qualities. Yeah. So this is a constant transformation which is taking place in evolution of being. We speak about
Tapasya.
it. Yeah, tapasya.
And Agni.
Yes, there is something interesting about tapasya and surrender. I wanted to address these. There are two fires. One is within the nature, and the sacrifice of Purusha, of our natural qualities to Agni. So by the means of nature, we arrive at higher qualities, divine qualities. Yeah? This is tapasya. So I make a will that I will achieve it in spite of everything. This is tapasya. This is that natural fire, fire in nature. But if you take fire, flame in the heart, it's a bit different. It's not tapasya anymore. It's a surrender. Yeah? It's a kind of invocation or calling or surrendering oneself to this, to the higher ideal, love towards the divine. It's no more tapasya. It's a total obedience of what is coming, of the higher will. Yeah? I'm surrendering. Surrender was his only strength. He gave everything for the divine. He doesn't want to be, or we don't want to be without the divine. We want only the divine to be through us. I don't want to have, to be, to realize. So I reject tapasya. And Mother says between these two, there is somehow a gap between the tapasvin's will to be, to become, and this surrender to the divine. And we know this. We know how difficult it is to accept surrender, especially when you are in charge of your life. Yeah? So it's like, what? Let it be whatever it may be. How can it be? And where I am in all this? Where is my control over it? Yeah?
It's like to be professional in music and to improvise with the heart. But one depends on another one. If you're not working and you don't do tapasya at all, you might not have instrument ready to articulate something which is coming. So both are necessary actually in some skills.
Oh, sure.
To make yeah, voila.
Sure, you're right. But between these two, it's either or. It's like Mother mentions this. You remember, yeah, Ramakrishna's the path of the monkey baby and the cat baby. Yeah? So this is the thing. So monkey baby is holding the mother, and the cat baby is carried by the mother. So carried by the mother is surrender. Yeah. Whatever you want me to be, let me be. And the monkey has to hold. In case monkey loses the grip, it falls down. So this is tapasya. And that is the surrender. So somehow to make them both work is a difficult task.
Is that yajna, Vladimir, when you say surrender? Yajna. When they use the word yajna.
Yes, yajna is the transformation of the being by the spirit. Yeah, it's when we bring loftier spirit into the grosser body, or the more conscious presence into the less conscious being. And the change of the less conscious strata by the higher, more luminous or more subtle presence of consciousness. So this transformation, change of the quality, constant change of the quality is the yajna.
And at every moment, this double moment of ascent and descent, is it happening to us every moment?
Yes, if it is done as yajna, yes. Yeah. And if it is not done by us consciously, then nature is doing it anyhow. So it's what Sri Aurobindo says. So even if we refuse to do it, nature will do it for us. But it will take millions of years, or whatever time. Yeah.
So,
I want just to say something about nature aspiring. Mother said something like at sunset, how nature is giving like a prayer, like an aspiration to the light. And if you go out in sunset, it has really this energy, very quiet, peaceful, and at the same time, as if one gets this feeling from ascent and descent and this aspiration.
Yeah, this nature who is calling here. You remember these passages, yes? In the evening, how the whole nature, all the greenery is leaning. It's like very sadly kind of moving towards the sun. It's like saying goodbye or something like. And how it is receiving in the morning, all the birds starting cheeping in the morning when the sunrise. Yes, you can hear how happily they start their days. So this is something, the sun is the symbol of this light of life, of the divine coming. Yeah. So, and nature is arranged in such a beautiful way that all these outer symbols are working exactly in the same way as the inner symbols, yeah, of psychological change. And this is the beauty of the Veda, that they are using the outer symbolism for the inner, or let us say they are both simultaneous, yes.
So trees very much embody aspiration, and Mother remarks on that. And it's interesting to me that the significance of the wood fire as representing Agni. I have and I have a friend in Nepal who used to live in the ashram, and he went to Nepal to study the Vedas and to live that life of the Himalayan in the Himalayan culture. And he writes to me a lot about the significance of the wood fire and the sacredness of trees as fuel for the wood fire. And he believes, at least in his experience, that his life there really embodies the fulfillment of the hymns to the mystic fire.
Interesting. So he found this kind of correspondence of the fire, of the wood, and his own psychological state, and he's very happy with that kind of combination. Yes, which one is triggering the other, and so they go together. So lovely.
It works for him in his life.
Wonderful. It must be so in a way. Because that's why we have these ritualism. Ritualism should help to trigger something in us, yes? Because this repetition in time of one particular action with spiritual significance, yes, and the outer means are helping just to hold consciousness around this aspiration.
I think so.
All right. We can stop here. It's our time now to stop. So we will continue next time. This hymn is over. We will take another hymn to Agni. And we will choose whatever. I will give you some choices. Yeah, so you can go ahead. Some of you were already with me for a long time, like Jessel and others, some who studied with me. So bear with me if I repeat myself, and Pritu, yes, because you are for a long time with the hymns to the mystic fire. But it is not bad to repeat, and it's never repetition. Truly speaking, it's something else always. Something more, something
Whenever
different.
you repeat, it's always new, so it's never the old. Something new comes up.
Right. Great. Okay, I will close with mantra. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah Sarve Santo Niramaya Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu Ma Kaschit Dukha Bhag Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Hari Om. See you. Bye.
You know.
Bye.